Let's talk about a multi-billion-dollar question. Why do so many brilliant innovations just fail? You see it all the time. Companies pour fortunes into creating the next big thing, only to watch it completely flop. Well, the reason why might just surprise you, and it all comes down to one single critical mistake. Just let this number sink in for a second. 72%. That's how many new products fail to hit their revenue and profit goals. That's not just a statistic, that's nearly 3 out of every 4 launches. Imagine the mountains of wasted time, money, and sheer talent. This isn't just a problem, it's a full-blown crisis in innovation.
So, what is going on here? What are they all getting wrong? Is it bad engineering? Maybe poor marketing? A lack of creativity? The real answer, it turns out, is a lot simpler and way more fundamental. It's a flaw that's baked right into the very process of how we innovate.
Right, so this 72% failure rate, it's not just a string of bad luck. It's actually a predictable mistake, a pattern that shows us the root cause of why so many products fail to connect with customers. And here it is, the fatal flaw, thinking about the money last. The way it usually works is, you build a great product, you perfect it, and only then, at the very end, do you ask, okay, how much should we charge for this? Now, that approach feels intuitive, it feels logical, and it's exactly why billions of dollars are left on the table. To really see this in action, let me tell you a story. It's a tale of 2 cars, and it's the perfect case study of how getting this price question right leads to incredible success, and getting it wrong leads to, well, disaster. Okay, so first up, you've got Porsche with the Cayenne. They didn't start with engineering, they started with the customer. They went out and asked, what features do people actually value? And more importantly, what will they pay for them? Then they engineered a car to fit that price. And the result? A massive success. And then you have the Dodge Dart. Fiat Chrysler focused on building what they thought was a technically perfect car, leaving the price as a total afterthought. The result? A market flop. This quote right here, it just cuts right to the heart of the issue. Porsche designed its car around the price, starting with what customers truly valued. Fiat Chrysler, on the other hand, designed a product and just hoped the price would work out later. You see the difference? One is a strategy, the other is a gamble. So, this brings us to the solution. And it's a complete paradigm shift in how we need to think about building new things. This isn't just some small tweak to the process. It's a full-on revolution in innovation.
This is the critical question, right? How do you make sure you become Porsche and not Fiat Chrysler? Well, it means flipping the entire development process completely on its head.
So instead of that old build, then price model, the winning formula is talk, then design, then build. It all starts with step 1, having the willingness to pay conversation. This is where you find out what customers will actually pay for your idea before you've even spent a single dime building it.
This crucial concept is called willingness to pay, or WTP for short. And look, it's so much more than just a price tag. Think of it as a direct measure of the value your customer sees in your idea. It defines the absolute maximum you can charge. And knowing that number early on, it's like having a treasure map. And the benefits of having these conversations early on are huge. Right away, you discover if a market for your idea even exists. You learn which features are must-haves versus nice-to-haves, which stops you from wasting resources. And you avoid something called feature shock. That's when you over-engineer a product with a bunch of cool stuff that nobody actually wants to pay for. Okay, but knowing what people will pay is only half the battle. The next big mistake is designing for an average customer. The truth is, the average customer simply doesn't exist. Different people value different things, and their willingness to pay is going to reflect that. Take this paper company, for example. They just assumed all their customers were basically the same. But after they actually talked to them, they found 4 totally distinct segments. You had one group that only wanted the lowest price. Another wanted the fastest delivery, period. A third demanded the highest quality paper. And a fourth group wanted the best of everything and would pay for it. By understanding these groups, they could tailor their offerings and maximize profit from each and every one. And this whole price-first way of thinking goes beyond just the price tag. It also helps you figure out how you should charge. Should your product be a one-time purchase, a subscription, maybe a pay-as-you-go service? Those early conversations are what point you to the right monetization model. Maybe it's a freemium option to get a big user base, or dynamic pricing like Uber. You can even use smart behavioral tactics like price anchoring to subtly guide customers toward the option you want them to choose. Ultimately, when you adopt this price-first process, you create this incredible strategic shift in how you innovate. You literally move from a world of hoping to a world of knowing. You stop gambling. You stop guessing what the market wants and just crossing your fingers that you got it right. Instead, every single decision you make, from the features you decide to include to the price you set, is based on real data and direct customer insight. It becomes a calculated, strategic process. And this quote just captures the ultimate promise of this whole approach. You know that nail-biting anxiety you feel during a product launch? It's gone. It just vanishes because you've already validated the demand by basically co-creating the product with your future customers. You're not just hoping for success anymore. You're executing a plan you already know is going to work. So if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Stop the build it and they will come mentality. That is a myth, and it leads directly to that 72% failure rate. The real path to success is to first understand what people will actually buy, and only then go build that exact product. So we'll leave you with this one question. Is your innovation process built on hope, or is it built on knowledge? The answer to that will determine whether you're part of the 72% that fail or the small group that achieves runaway success.